Okay, let's test the Equinox out against the Simplex again on some targets that I don't know what they are. I'm in 50 tone, park 1. My gain's at 22. I'll go to 23 here. Still dig all these up, man. Still dig them all up, right? All these iffies, man, back here. This is how you find relics, man. This is how you find old coins. Just digging up all the iffies, because I beat this park to death, man. Reading at 95. See that? '90s, man, and it sounds like it's deep, right? I think the Simplex is getting fooled by some foil, a small piece of foil right on the surface. So I'll just scrape a little bit right here. It's not, man. It could be a deep coin, man. Go down. Is that it right there? Some foil? No, it's not. It's deep, man. It's deep. I'm gonna scrape a little bit more off there and sweep over it with the Equinox again. Oh man, it's reading killer now. It is reading awesome. And it sounded super scratchy on the Equinox. You know, every machine responds differently to targets every day. Every machine's, you know, I might come out here tomorrow and might not even smack it with either of these machines here. Still solid. Still solid. I should have grabbed my shovel, because it's going to be deeper. Nothing out over here. I didn't. Thing is solid. Sounds like a penny. It might be another penny here. Deep penny. Crusty zinc penny. Or it might be a nickel. Could be a V-nickel. You never know. Oh, that thing is sounding just banging, man. Oh, that sounds killer. And I'm in 50 tone, so it's a really stable tone. I like the 50 tone because you can spot junk. Oh, my battery's dead. No, it's not dead. This could be a V-nickel, man. You never know. Oh, my battery's dead, man. Yes, my battery's dead. I almost changed it a few minutes ago. Right there. Super solid on the Equinox, man. A little bit of foil, deep foil, man. So the Simplex is struggling, you know. The Equinox is really performing well around the foil, man. I'm telling you, this Equinox is just awesome on foil, man. It makes the foil sound good, so you dig it up, right? And I want to be digging the foil up. The more foil I dig up, the better, actually, because so many times I go out there and Jim is just digging up all the foil, and Jim gets a lot of gold rings. I don't get that many gold rings because I don't dig up the foil, because my Simplex, my Amphibio, my other machines kind of reject it a little bit. Not with the Equinox. The Equinox makes it sound really good. But if you want to just reject foil, just don't dig anything below 10, you know? But you'll be missing gold rings too there, you know? The gold rings that I want to be extracting out of the ground are the big ones, right? The ones that read above 10. I want to dig everything out, pretty much. Oh, something's deep here, man. I'm gonna actually change modes here. I'm gonna go to park 1 and multi-frequency. I'm in 50 tone. 5 tone. I'll go to 50 tone. Sounds like a nail. Maybe like a staple or something. A fence staple. Now I'll go with the Simplex. The Simplex is just totally rejecting it. Let me scrape off some of this crap here, because it's gonna be deep, man. It's gonna be down there a ways. I'm gonna go deeper here. This stuff is so loose up on the top here. Get down the dirt. Oh, did I get it out? No, I didn't. Now it's irony. It's a staple. Probably some iron, a nail. Yeah, it's a staple. Or a nail, one of the two. I'll shut this thing up. It is in the roots too. There. Close to a staple. It's a bent square nail. Right there, man. See? Because I know this, I have a lot more hours on the Simplex. I know if it's like a bent nail or a staple or something. It's very, that shape of that was very close to a staple. But the more you operate a machine, the more you learn what it's going to sound like. You know, let's say you have a nail sitting right here, and you have a coin right here, you'll begin to know that there's a coin right next to a nail. The more hours that you get under on a coil or on a detector, you'll know what's in the ground there. You'll know that you swing over a nail this way, you'll know that it's a nail, because when you swing it over it that way, you get a bunch of grunts. And when you rotate on it, you know, when I talk about rotating on targets here, I'll take that nail again, and I'll show you when I rotate. I'll show you how I rotate, because it's not just a two-way target, right? Boom, boom, and then boom, boom. It's all the way around it, right? From 0 degrees to 90 degrees, I'm swinging around that the whole time. Because if it's a nail, a straight nail, I'll get really solid tones here, you know, really high tones there, and I'm gonna mute it. Really high tones there, and then as I rotate, it's gonna get worse and worse and worse, and then I'll get a bunch of grunts that way. Then I'll get a little bit higher tones here, then I'll get really high tones right there, and it's a straight nail. With an odd-shaped object right there, the more you swing over that target, the more you can understand the shape of it and how big it is. So I'm rotating on it the whole time. I'm not just going over it one way and then going over 45 degrees and then swing over it again. I'm rotating, I'm swinging over it the whole time as I'm rotating around it. As I show you in my videos, you know, I'm rotating and swinging fast over the target to get to know the shape of it. And get to know how deep it is. Get to know how big it is, right? That's how I know what shape it is. Basically, what shape it is. See? Good. Bunch of iron tones, right? They sound totally different when they're in the ground, right? Just all iron, man. I can't get any high tones off that. So pretty much all targets that are irregular in shape, or like if they're on their edge, they're gonna sound a lot different when they're in the ground. Once you pop them out of the ground and you get them exposed, like when I just exposed that dirt in there, boom, I was getting a bunch of high tones. But once I get that out of that hole, away from that mineralized soil, You know, watch, I'll stick this in there, right there. I'll bury it. It probably won't make any high tones now, but I'll try. I'll try to get a high tone out of it. I'll pack that soil there. Now I'll probably get some high tones on it. See, look at that. See, once you get soil over objects, they sound totally different, man, especially with gold. Gold, man, can read up so high when it's in the ground. There's just no rhyme or reason to it. You know, it's just a mineralization in the soil. And if you have an open plug like that, that's how I can tell with the bottle caps. With the bottle caps, with the Equinox, they read up solid 9, 10, 11, something like that. And I don't get any iron tones on them, and I have my iron tone on all the time on the Equinox, even with the Simplex. I always have my iron on, so I know where the hot spots are at. If I'm finding a lot of these nails and stuff here, I'll just hunt that area really, just go through it with a fine-tooth comb. Just go really slow and rotate around all my little bleeps and pops. And with the Equinox, with the bottle caps, they sound awesome when they're on the ground. But then once I pop the plug out and it's still in the hole there, I can't find it because it rejects it once it has an open hole there. Even if it's in the plug, if I flip that plug over and with the Equinox, I flip that plug over, it still sounds exactly the same. But when it's in the ground there, like on an open hole, you know, a lot of detectors kind of struggle like that. You know, you've seen that, you know, it was struggling hitting that with the open hole there, because you got that big cavity, open cavity there, and you're reading all the mineralization in the soil out here, and it just struggles recovering from all the mineralization in the soil here, trying to hit that target there. Most detectors struggle with that. You know, go try it. Go try it yourself. Go take a coin and bury it 7 inches, take a silver dime, bury it 7 inches in the ground and leave it exposed and try to swing over it and see if you can hit it. Most detectors will struggle with it, especially when the ground is dry, man. When the ground is dry, or even wet, sometimes there's just no rhyme or reason to it, you know, getting stuff out of the ground. Well, thank you for watching. Please subscribe.